So popular weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy are already starting to reshape America. As more and more people start taking these drugs, they're also changing their eating habits. So the Wall Street Journal is reporting that investors are actually pulling back from popular donut chains like Krispy Kreme. Some are even speculating it's because these drugs curb our appetite for the sugary treats. Others are wondering what these weight loss drugs could mean for our love of fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell. So what do you all think? Could these drugs seriously reshape the way we are eating and essentially affecting our economy? What would you say, Tori?
Good. They should. We need to reshape America. Our obesity is health. It puts so much weight, no pun intended, on our health industry, on the health insurance, on the citizens. We can't move, literally, all this sounds like puns, but because we're stuck with people dealing with cholesterol, dealing with heart disease, all that could be preventable with situational obesity loss.
43% of Americans, 194 million Americans, are classified as obese. And, you know, I get where this article is going, but I will say this. I think until our economics change in this country, because everybody's got a side hustle or two, so are you going to stop to have an organic meal if you're going straight from your day job to turning your Uber app on to then drive for 4 hours back and forth to the airport? You're going to have a healthy meal then? I think when people are doing better financially, if you go to Whole Foods, everybody in there is ripped. Not because they're more disciplined than any other American, but because they have access to good food and disposable income.
I am questioning a lot of things because, as Tori said, the obesity level in this country is causing a weight to our healthcare system and all of that. But also, what is the benefit to making this seem like a solution for insurance companies? Because it doesn't really seem like that's a fiscal benefit. So what are we missing here? The other thing is, the question was, is it changing the way that we're eating? And kinda temporarily.
But to whom, though?
Right.
A lot of people can't afford these weight loss drugs.
And I agree, but
won't that open up a black market for these weight loss drugs?
Which is already happening.
Yes, and that is happening.
Right.
But it also is going to be contingent upon how long people are actually on the drug.
Right.
So when it says, are we changing the way we eat? Like, I'm not.
Right.
And if you're on it and then you're not, then you may not be changing the way that you eat either.
The habits. Eric is speaking to the habits, and I think that's a huge part of this. And it's not just the way that we eat that could change. So weight loss drugs could also have a serious impact on other things, according to some experts. One possible change could be in the types of clothes we buy. More people could join gyms and fitness clubs. Even airlines could save millions as passengers start to lose weight. What do you think about that, Jeff? Or anything else that you want to add?
That's interesting, the airline thing, because say we did lose weight, right? Would the airlines cut their prices?
No.
Absolutely not. So that point stinks. Going back to Erica's point, this is a great drug to kickstart things off, right? If you're obese and you want to kick things off, you have to change your habits. I don't care what diet you're on throughout your whole life. It boils down to calories in, calories out. That's it. If you need a jump start, I need a jump start, my wife needed a jump. The majority of Americans need a jump start. This is a great place to start. But you also have to change your habits. You can't continue to eat bad, even though Al said there is definitely an economic thing that goes with it. But if you continue to eat junk food, fast food, donuts, and take Ozempic and lose weight, once you're off that drug, because it's not sustainable to take it the rest of your life, you're going to put that weight right back on. So you have to learn at some point, which is taboo to talk about weight loss. You can't even weigh yourself at the doctor these days. We got to get rid of that crazy mentality first off, right? I don't know what happened the last couple of years that got involved. But if you want to take care of yourself, you have to do those steps, right? You have to let your doctor weigh in. You have to let other people tell you what to do. So people don't want to hear that these days.
Education.
So shut up.
I think you're coming from the place of education, and I think that's another added benefit that I feel like a lot of people miss. But there is another way that these weight loss drugs are changing things. It's fueling all sorts of speculation when people lose weight that these drugs are involved. So Kelly Clarkson is a recent example. She's stunned her fans with her recent let me take a look. I didn't get to see this. Wow, she looks great. She stunned her fans with her recent weight loss following her divorce. Now, some are calling it her revenge body, but others are convinced that the only way she could have possibly lost the weight that quickly is the help with drugs like Ozempic. But Kelly maintains the 40-pound weight loss was from limiting sugar, to Jeff's point, and carbs while adding in cardio. So how do you feel about this, Erica, and the whole stigma? You said something in the meeting that I thought was pretty spot on.
Well, there's a PSA. If you are trying to lose weight and you're doing it naturally, today wouldn't be the day to start because you're going to get no credit for it.
Yep.
Because everyone's going to speculate that the reason why you've changed or that you look different is because you've injected something into your body. And quite frankly, if you decide to inject something into your body, it's your choice, and it's nobody's business. But
Except the Supreme Court.
Yes, exactly.
Shocker.
Sam. Thank you for that reminder. But I think it's no one's business, but I do feel like Kelly Clarkson especially has been very transparent about most things in her life. And so I would be hard pressed to believe that if she were to have used the drug, she would say, no, I did it this way. I think other people might be a little less, if you're going to speak on it, just speak the truth.
Yes.
But it's also very, very possible that she has lost that weight on her own by doing those things. If you have weight to lose, you can lose between 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds per week, and that is considered healthy.
Right.
And with cardio and all those other things, like at one point I was doing 2 hours of cardio, and that made it completely possible with all of the other changes for me to lose 20 to 40 pounds.
Wow. Well, that's more sustainable, I would think.
Yeah.
Both your point and Jeff's point.
I don't know how many Americans can do 2 hours of cardio.
No,
I'm saying like,
I know you were doing
and within
fitness.
3 months, that's something that's extreme.
Yes.
But also because it was extreme, I couldn't maintain keeping 2 hours of
back to your
cardio.
earlier
So
point.
I think for a lot of people, it's the baby steps, like
Yes.
adding one thing after the other, and then eventually you get an entire lifestyle change.
Well said.